Hello, hi everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, Venkatesh.
Good morning.
Okay, so quickly at the start session today. So today we'll be discussing regarding the pricing procedure. So let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, Venkatesh, I can.
Okay. So today's topic is the pricing procedure. So let's understand what is this pricing procedure. What is the meaning of this pricing procedure? And then we will discuss regarding this into a depth. So pricing procedure is nothing but it is a structure which is going to define how the pricing should be allocated to the materials based on the different aspects. I can tell different aspects is nothing but when you go to a shop, so you ask the price, then you ask for a discount, then you're asking for a delivery. So all are going to be different components. When you're bringing all these components into a single place, that is called as a pricing procedure. And we will be discussing this pricing procedure in the perspective of MM module. And it is also covered in other modules like SD, PP. Okay. In SD, this pricing procedure is a sale pricing procedure. For us, it is a purchasing pricing procedure. Okay. So here, when I say pricing procedure, that is basically it is going to get determined on your purchase orders, or I can call purchasing documents. Okay. So it gives the procedure to use different types of calculation. What is happening in the system based on the different requirement from the business. Okay. Each and every business might have different pricing procedures. Different material might have different pricing procedure, or different vendor might have different pricing procedure. So we are going to see how can we, as a consultant, how can we structure this pricing procedure in a certain form to fulfill the business requirement. So that is called as a pricing procedure. Okay. Now, if we take an example and discuss regarding this pricing procedure, let me take an example like this. Let me think that you're going to buy a laptop. Okay, if you want to buy a laptop from store, so you go to a store or somewhere else where you want to order a laptop, right? Let's say the price of this laptop, the price of this laptop is 50,000, right? The base price of this laptop is 50,000. Now within this 50,000, when he says 50,000, you ask for a discount. So you're asking for a discount. Let's say that if you are, as soon as you ask for a discount, he is going to give the discount of 10%. Okay. So he's going to give a discount of 10% or 5% or 15%. That depends on the seller. So the discount is 5,000. If I say 10%, it is 5,000. Okay. So this discount will get subtracted. You also need to observe here the values what I'm using here. The base price is your positive value and the discount is your negative value. So now the net price of this laptop becomes 45,000. This is called as net price. These terminologies are also SAP terminologies. Okay. So you want to buy a laptop. The base price of this laptop is 50,000. Upon this 50,000, you are going to ask for a discount. And he give the discount in the basis of amount or percentage. So whatever amount or percentage he gives, that value will get subtracted from your base price. Okay, and you get a net price. So apart from this base price, as I mentioned, we also have a discount. So that is getting subtracted. After he gives a discount, now you ask him to pack the laptop. When he's packing a laptop, he creates an invoice. In the invoice, he will add the GST or the tax. Now the tax component is getting added plus. So we have different tax slabs. We have 5%, 12%, or 18%, or 28%. That tax is depending on the HSN code. So there is a terminology in finance called as HSN code, which is called as harmonized structure nomenclature. So this number is going to be common for materials all over the world. Okay. So now for this laptop, based on the HSN code we have, he tells that there is a 5% discount. Sorry, 5% of tax. So when I say 5%, this 5% of tax is applied on this 45,000. Okay. So 450 into 5. So 2,250 is the tax. Okay, this is 5%. This is 10% of discount. Now, upon adding this tax on this net value of the laptop, so we are going to calculate, or the system will calculate the tax rate and add this to the net value. Now, this is your total value. Okay, if I add, this is your total value. Now, one more thing. This laptop, when you're ordering this laptop, are you carrying this laptop with you or you want to get this delivered? If you want to get this delivered, then you will have transport charges. So listen this carefully. So whenever you are going to carry your laptop with your own, you will not have the transportation charges. But in order to send this laptop to your home or through transport, we will need to pay the transport charges, or we also call them as freight charges, which would be around, let's say, 1,000. So transportation charges will be 1,000. Okay, adding this 1,000, your total price comes to 48,250. This is the total effective value. Okay, so post all the calculation, the total value of laptop or the effective value of the laptop, which is in the SAP terminology, will be 48,250 with the discount, tax, and the transportation. Right? So if you see here in this calculation, there are different components which are getting involved in the product. So we spoke regarding base price. This is the initial price. Then we had discount. Okay. Then we had the taxes. Then we had the freight charge, or we can call it as transportation charge. Right. So these all are the different components which are getting involved to decide your final price of the laptop. So these components, when they are structured together in SAP system, they are called as the pricing procedure. So every time you cannot enter these values manually, every time you cannot enter these calculations manually, every time you cannot enter these conditions also manually. So to make these conditions automated, whenever you are entering the price of the laptop, this component, this component, this component should come into picture. And if you want the value also to be fixed, that can also be done. Every time when you create a purchase order, per day you're going to create some approximately 200 to 300 purchase orders. If you're creating so many, you cannot keep on calculating on your own and enter the values there. So to make this automated, we are going to have the pricing procedures. Okay. Any questions here before I speak regarding the individual component here?
Does the HSN code data uh, has to be uploaded by the consultant, or it is already in SAP?
Everything will be done by the consultants.
Okay.
Any questions? So let's start discussing regarding each component. First is the discount. Base price is just an amount what you're entering. So we are not discussing regarding the base price. So I'll discuss something regarding base price going forward. So first component is the discount. So when I say discount, there are different types of discounts which are involved in the market. So for example, let's say you have material M1 and material M2. Material M1 is the price of 100 rupees and material M2 is the price of 200 rupees. Okay, so let's say these are the two types of purchases what we are doing in a single purchase order. So the total value of the purchase order is 300. I can tell this is the line 1, this line 2, and total value is 300. Okay, and these are the individual prices of these materials. Now let's see how the discount is going to work. Now when a buyer is buying a material, he will negotiate the price. So sourcing team is going to negotiate the price first, and they're also going to discuss regarding the discount of the material. So this vendor might give an option of discount, like he will give 2% of discount on material M1, and he is going to give 5% of discount on material M2. Now, when he gives this option to us, so this becomes 98, this becomes 190, and total value of the PO will be 288. This is one option. Okay. Then he gives second option. He is going to give 10 rupees of discount on M1 and M2 individually. Then what happens? This 100 will become 90. This 200 will become 190. So the price will be 280. Okay. Then he gives the third option. He is going to give 5% of discount on total value of PU. When he gives this option, then 5% of 300 is 15. So it becomes 285. Okay. Then he give a last option. He give 20 rupees of discount on total value of PU. Then it becomes 280. So now what sourcing people do is, sourcing people will do a calculation based on this and decide which option to go. So the discounts are decided based on the vendor and the buyer. Here, if you observe clearly, this is a percentage-based discount. This is a value-based discount. So discount are of two types. One is percentage-based discount. One is value-based discount. And here, if you observe again, he is mentioning PO-based, a complete total value of PO or individual material. So when he is saying individual material, as per the system, the discount applies only on the item. Then it is in SAP, if you remember, when you open the PO, you have header and item. Header is nothing but the information what you have in header applies for all the material. The information what you have in item applies only for item. Then if he is giving a discount on the material level, that is an item level. If he is giving a discount on total value of PO, then it is header. So discount are of two types. One is percentage-based discount and value-based discount. And percentage can be in two levels. One is in the item level, that is nothing but item conditions. Okay, when you're talking about the total value of PO, the discount falls under header value, that is nothing but header conditions. Okay, so this is regarding the discount. Any questions here? So to create different types of discount, you need to create different conditions that we will see when we are in the system. Any questions? Okay. If no questions, then I'll move to the other component. The other component is the planned delivery cost. So each and every business will have their own planned delivery cost. It depends on how the negotiation is being done between buyer and vendor again. you either have different types of components which are getting involved in this plant delivery cost. When I say plant delivery cost, that is not only a single component. We have multiple components merged into one component. So one is the delivery cost, the transportation cost, the freight cost, packaging charges, insurance charges. So there are some common ones. Maybe the business could have another component as well. So depending on the business, the plant delivery cost keeps on changing based on the business requirement. So these all components are set together in the pricing procedure. Now, if you combine these all components into a single component, then you can name it as plant delivery cost. If you want to show this as individual component, then you can create this delivery cost, freight, packaging material, and the insurance charges individually. So that it will be picture clear, saying that how much we have spent on the packaging charges, how much we have spent on the delivery cost, all those things. This everything is also a part of negotiation. If you use the same concept of combining all these into a plant delivery cost, then the pricing procedure will look small. If you are not going to follow this, the concept of here, which is merging, you can create individual, but your pricing procedure will look a bit bigger. Only that is the difference. Okay. Now, take an example of same example, what I took initially. So when you purchase a laptop, you got it for 48,000. Okay, the freight is also included here. So you don't need to pay anything else apart from this 48,000. So there could be a case where none of these components are getting involved, but still either one or two components are getting involved here. There is no insurance charges, there is no packaging charges. You only have the freight and delivery cost. Assume that you only have these two components. So if this is a requirement from future, for some materials, we also have the packaging charges, insurance charges, freight, delivery cost of freight. For some material, we don't have these both, we only have these both. Then how are we going to differentiate this? So in that case, if this is the case from business, but this is an example from business, then you can quickly create this components individually and move further. Okay, and this plant delivery cost is also same. You can have this plant delivery cost in header or item. You can have this plant delivery cost in the percentage level and also the value level. Okay, now let me differentiate what are the different types of purchase we have in SAP. So in pricing procedure, we have two types of pricing procedure. One is the domestic and one is the import. Why we have these two types of pricing procedure? When you're buying something from a vendor who is from outside India, so these components will get changed. As of now, for domestic, we have these components. Like I mentioned, we have base price, we have discount, we have the taxes, we have the freight, loading charges, all those things. So let me write down for a second. Let me write down what all components are involved in domestic and from where they are getting fetched in. So first thing is the base price. Base price are of two types. One is automatic, one is manual. So when I say the base price is automatic and manual. Can someone tell how it is automatic and how it is manual? If you guys have created the purchase orders, then you might have some idea on this. How base price might come automatically and why base price does not come automatically and we should enter it manually. Any idea?
Data can be fetched from purchase info record.
Yes. So when we are creating a purchase order, if the price is maintained in the purchase info record, the price will automatically get fetched into your purchase order. So that is the automatic base price. And you are creating a new material and purchasing it with a new vendor, and there is no purchase info record maintained, then the price will not come automatically. We need to enter the manual price. So these are the two different components of base price. For base price, we have automatic price and the manual price. Automatic is coming from your purchase info record, and manual you are entering the manually. So this is always at the item level, because we enter the base price based on the material. Then we have the second component, discount. As we discussed, two types of discounts. One is percentage, one is value, and these are going to be at header level and the item level. Either you can use a discount on a particular item, or you can use the total value of the PO, which is coming in the header. Then you have the third component, which is tax. This will always flow in this format only. First base price, then discount, then tax. You're not going to apply the discount after the tax. Okay. Tax is also of only one type, which is percentage, no value. Okay. Tax is a component which always comes with the percentage based because of the GST law. And this can be applied only at the item level. Okay. Then we have the planned delivery cost, such as freight, packaging, unloading, loading, insurance. And this planned delivery cost can also be either percentage or value. Okay. Also, this can be at header level. Right. So this is a component which is in the pricing procedure or structure, which is for domestic purchase. First, you have the base order, base price. Then you have the discount. Then you will have the net value coming in. Upon the net value, you are going to add the tax. And upon the value after the tax getting added, you are going to have the delivery cost. Okay. So this is completely a domestic pricing procedure. Before I move to import pricing procedure, any questions in domestic?
Venkatesh, can you please explain discount again?
Yeah. So, do you shop in Amazon?
Yes.
So in Amazon, now you have sale on 20th and 21st. So they have provided some 60% or 70% of discount. So what do you mean by 60% or 70%?
So 70% less on MRP.
Yes. So if your MRP is 1000, if they're giving 70% of discount, you get it for 300, right?
Yes.
So this is your percentage-based discount. Okay. Now, second example. Now every mobiles are launching a new model. On the first day sale, they give card discount. Do you see the card discount?
I have no idea about it.
Okay, so one moment. Give me 1 minute. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
So here, this is a model which is newly launched, and the price of this product is 20,999, and they are giving 14% of discount on this. So you're going to get this for 17,999. But if you are buying this using a credit card or debit card based on a specific bank, here you can see there is a bank offer of 1,000 rupees additional.
Okay.
So this is your percentage based discount. You are getting discount based on percentage. And here you're going to get a value-based discount. Okay. So this
Okay.
is, in this case, you have both percentage and value. If you're not using any card for buying, if you're directly paying on COD, then you get it for 17,999. If you're buying this mobile with an EMI option, they give additionally 1,000 rupees of discount. So here you have percentage and value. In some products, you might not have this bank offer. You might only have this percentage discount here. In some cases, they don't give discount here on the 14%. They give 20,999, and they give only the card option. That is, you are only having a value-based discount. In some cases, that completely depends on business. They want to give a value-based discount or a percentage-based discount, or they want to give both. That depends on product to product. So this is the percentage-based discount and the value-based discount. Now, again, the same example. So here, if you see, this mobile has 14% off. This has 13% off. When this is having 13%, this is having 14%. Can we define this in header?
I think
Assume
if
that,
it's a single item, we can.
okay, so you're buying two items here with two different discounts. Then in this case, you should have this discounts maintained at the item level, right?
Yes.
This is item level. No, now assume that you are buying these two. You are in your first line you have this, in second line you have this. The percentage of discount is same. In this case, can we apply this discount on header level?
Yes.
So this is the difference between header level and the item level. Okay.
Yes, yes, Venkatesh. Thank you so much.
Any more questions? So the main thing what you have to understand here is how percentage-based discount work, how the value-based discount is going to work, and how header is working and how item is working, and why are we using these many components. Any questions? Okay, let me move further. So now we discussed regarding the domestic purchase. Now let's discuss regarding the import purchase. Now assume that your business is in India and you want to procure some material from China. So first thing, when you start planning to buy a material from another country, the first thing what we see is, do we have a sea route from this country to this country? That is the first thing. So from India to China, you have a sea route. So here, when we are going to get the material, we can get the material through ocean. Okay, now think that you need to buy a material from US. From India to US, you don't have the ocean or you don't have the sea. Then we need to get the material from air or the flight. So when you're getting the material from sea or ocean, you have the ocean freight. When you are transferring the material from one country to other country through ocean, the material is getting transferred from one place to other place, you should pay the freight. If it is traveling through ocean or if it is traveling through flight, you should pay. The difference of freight is, when you're transferring from ocean, it is called as ocean freight. And when the material is coming from air, that is an air freight. Okay, now let me take an example. So let me take an example. In India, I'm in Bangalore. My office is in Bangalore, or my godown is in Bangalore. Okay, now my nearest port to Bangalore is Chennai. I don't have port in Bangalore, but my nearest port to Bangalore is Chennai because it is just 350 kilometers. Okay, in the same way, in China also, they have a factory, and beside factory, they have a port. Okay, now we are going to send a purchase order from our branch to China. Okay, the material is getting manufactured in this factory and they're keeping ready. Now, if they want to ship the material from China factory to Bangalore, so first thing is they are going to arrange a truck. They are going to arrange a truck from this factory to the port. They are going to load all the materials into a truck. They are getting the truck to the China port. When this truck is traveling from factory to port, there is a freight. Right? And when you're shipping the material from one country to another country, the insurance is compulsory. So you could have an insurance over here right now after it reaches the China port. Now, after we get this material to the port and insurance is done, we load the material into the port, into the ship. So loading is coming into picture. After the loading happens, the ship travels to the China port. When the ship is getting traveled to the Chennai port, you need to pay the ocean freight. So here, if you observe, you have the freight from factory to port, you have insurance, you have loading charges, and you have the ocean freight. So why you have ocean freight? Because the ship is charging for the transportation cost. Okay, and it is coming to the Chennai port. Now, these all are the different components. So first thing, what we discussed is, are we going to ship the material through ocean freight or the air freight? We decided ocean freight. Now the second thing, Who is going to bear all these charges? The vehicle coming from your factory to port, the freight, the insurance charges, the loading charges. Who is going to bear all this? If it is supplier, then include all these charges and give me the base price. If I want to bear all these charges, then give me a base price only for the material. Normally, what the sourcing people will negotiate is they will include all these charges into the base price, so that we don't want to go here and involve all these activities. The supplier will take care of all these activities. When the material reaches Chennai port, then the base price of this material includes all these charges. Okay, now see, there was a base price of the material till it reaches India. Okay, after it reaches India, now our charges will get started. There might be so many components which are getting involved, so the price of the material might increase. Okay, now whenever the material reaches the port, okay, it is considered as accessible value. Okay, it's not a component. This is just a name what we give. Now the material is coming from this port to this port and landing in this port. Once it reaches India, we need to bear the custom duties. Whenever we are getting the material from another country, we need to pay the custom duties so that the material will be released from the customs. So we also call them as basic custom duties. Okay. Then we have the surcharges. Then we have they also ask some questions. We need to answer those. And that part is called as, I don't remember the name, queries. There is a query and query should be resolved. And only then, if you are doing all these three activities, in these custom duties, there are again the surcharge, the social welfare, taxes, all are included. So what we do, we create all these as a single component. Or if you want, you can create different components. That is, depends on the business. So this is something which the customer needs to pay in the port to get the material released. Okay, and then once the material is released from the China port, you need a truck. To transport the material to your manufacturing industry or the Bangalore office. So again, you will have the flight. Right from this place to this place. So after all this is happening, here after calculation, first thing you're getting a base price. Then you are going to pay the custom duties. You're going to pay the surcharge. Then you will pay for the query. Then the freight from port to office. Then you will have some value here. This value is your effective value or the total value. If you are responsible for this, then this also will be added here. So this is the difference between a domestic pricing and the import pricing within India. Generally, there is not much difference in overseas. This is the basic difference because you have certain components involved here as well, like custom duties, surcharge, all those things. Okay. So now I defined here how the domestic looks Let me also define how the import looks. So for import, you have the base price. Against this base price is going to be automatic. Manual is always going to be at item level. Then you have the freight. Okay. Then you have the insurance. Then again you have the freight. This freight is from China factory to port. Okay, this can be at header. Then you have the insurance. Insurance can also be on header. Freight is also on header. Okay, this freight is an ocean freight. Then as soon as it reaches India, you call it as assemble value of material. Now you are going to pay the basic custom duties. This is going to be at header level. Then you have the surcharge. Then again you have the freight. This local freight. Then you have the CHA charges. Charges for clearing customs. So this is additional. If you are going directly to the port, clearing the customs, then you will not have this condition. There are some business who are giving this activity to the third party. So there will be a CHA companies where they are only involved or they are only working to clear the customs. So they will take care of everything and we need to pay the charges to them. So that is the CHA charges. So by creating or by defining the procedure, these are the two different types of pricing procedure what we have in SAP system. Okay. Any questions?
Are you going to discuss Incoterms here?
Yes, Incoterms are going to be at vendor master level. So Incoterms are going to decide who is going to bear the price and who is responsible for the flight, who is transporting. That we'll discuss later.
Okay.
You can maintain everything in the item level, that is not an issue, but the entries will become multiple. That's all. And if vendor is giving a discount on header level, how can you maintain that in item level? That is also a concern. Any questions?
Yeah, please proceed, Venkatesh.
Okay, so give me a second. Okay, so now let's go into system and see how are we going to create the pricing procedure. So let me define the steps for you. So first thing is we are going to create the table. So why are we going to create the table? We are going to decide on what condition the pricing procedure should get applied. So that is going to happen under transaction m/03. Then you have the second step, create access sequence and assign to condition table. That is m/07. Okay. Then create condition type. If you have practiced output management, then this configuration will become easier for you. And assign access sequence. That is in m/06. Then create the pricing procedure and assign condition types. That is in m/08. Okay, so let's finish this. Then we have create transaction keys. And assign in pricing procedure. Okay. So now let me log into SAP and reshare my screen. Okay. You can also go to the SPRO transaction, reference IMG, material management, and the purchasing. Under here, you will have the options called conditions. So the configuration can be done from here, or you can directly use the transactions also. Okay. First thing is creating the condition table. So it is here. So I'll create a condition table. I'll put a number. So on what basis the condition table needs to be filled? So I'll tell based on the material and the vendor. So I take material, and I take the supplier. and LCM. Okay, the system says 503 is already available, so I'll use 503. So my table is 503. Okay, I'll go back. I'll just display 503 once. I have this combination, so I'll be using this. If you want any combination, you can add anything. Now I go to the access sequence. Okay, in the access sequence, this is very, very important, 0002. And you need to use this as standard because the fields what we are using here, let me see, here you have 503 also. The fields what you see here, you have material, you have supplier. So this access sequence will pull the information from the PIR, from the info record. So I'll be using the access sequence 0003 or 0002. Okay, I'll go back. After access sequence, you need to create the condition type. Here you have different condition type. So here for base price. So we discussed regarding the components. We have base price, we have discount, we have tax, we have freight. So those needs to be created here. So we said that the base price is going to be at the automatic and manual. So in SAP, we have standard base price, which is called as PB00. If I search here, PB00 is automatic and PB XX is manual. So let's use this PB00 and PB XX as standard. Okay, because let me explain one. Let me open the automatic first. This is how the condition type looks. So first thing is the name of the condition type, and it is going to be automatic. Wherever you see access sequence, if there is an access sequence, then that value can be automated. If you don't have access sequence, then it is manual. Why access sequence? Someone will ask if anyone is asking you why access sequence is used. Access sequence is used to automate the things. If you don't have the access sequence, then it is not automated. If you have the access sequence, then it is automated. Okay, and this is the price. So the condition class is maintained as price. Okay. Second thing is a calculation type. How the calculation of the price should happen. The calculation of the price should happen based on the quantity. If quantity keeps on increasing, then the price should keeps on increasing. Okay, that is the meaning of condition type. Condition class is, are we going to use the price? Are we going to use this as a percentage? Are we going to use this as a discount? So these are your components. As this is a base price, we are giving just a price. If you're creating discount, then I'll give discount. Okay, calculation type, it should increase based on the quantity. So I'm giving C. So you have based on amount, based on quantity, based on percentage. Okay, so I'll give quantity here. Condition category, it is a base price. Okay, here you have a rounding rule. A rounding rule is nothing but if you have a percentage, sorry, if you have the decimal in the material price is in decimal. Should you round off that value, then give the rounding value here. Round up, round down. For example, if your value is 5.6, so it will round. If you select round up, it will show 6 directly. If you select round down, then it will come to 5. So I don't want to round up or round down because the decimals are playing very important role nowadays. So I keep it as commercial. So keep the same value as it is. Okay. Then you have here plus or minus. So we discussed base price will always be plus, discount will be minus, taxes will be plus. So you can select here. This is a positive value. Okay. Coming to the second section, we have the group condition. So what is group condition? Group condition is nothing but I said that in one discount, you have value-based discount, you have percentage-based discount. In base price, you have automatic price, you have manual price. Are you going to group these both manual and automatic? Are you going to keep it as single? If you want to keep it as single, avoid this section. If you want to group automatic price and the manual price, then enable this. Okay, so I don't want to combine these both, so I'm keeping this untick. Now coming to the next section, this section is speaking about the header condition or item condition, where this price should be allocated. Should you enter this price in item or header? If you select item here, you will be able to enter the value only in the item level. If you select header, then you will be able to enter this only in the header level. Then you have this manual entries. Are you going to enter these values manually, or do you want to fetch this automatically? So if you are fixing, it should always come automatic. Then you can keep it as automatic as priority. If you always want to enter manually, then always it is going to be manual entry. In some cases, there are some material where you have the PIR. In some cases, there is no PIR. If you always select automatic price entry as priority, if there is no value in the PIR, then the price will get freezed out there. System will tell that the price is not coming from PIR and that will freeze this condition. So we normally keep it as no limitation. This is also based on the business condition or business rule. So this is the base price. And here we are not going to use any scalings. And here we are going to use only these accruals. Explain what is this accruals when I'm configuring the freight. Okay, so as of now, I'll save this. So I'm going to use, for base price, I'm going to use PB00 and PB XX. So let me note that down. So base price, we said that we have automatic, we have manual. For this, we are going to create it as we are going to use standard PB00 and PB XX. Okay, now let's go for the discount. So discount we have seen, we can have the percentage based discount and the value based. Okay, and we also said that we can have at header level and the item level. So for this, we created two condition type. Here we have four conditions. So we need to create four condition type. Okay, so if I go to SAP, I'll go back. So I'll take some discount. Let me take this, copy it. Now here the screen looks same. So I'll give it as a different name. Okay. And first I'll create a percentage based discount. Do you want to automate the discount or not. If you want to automate the discount, you need to enter the access sequence. If you don't want to automate, then I'm going to keep it as blank. Okay. As I mentioned, the condition class is going to be discount because I'm going to create a discount condition type. And the calculation is going to happen on the percentage. So I maintained it as percentage. Okay. And the condition category, you can search for the discount here if you have, or you can leave it as blank. Okay. Then this is going to be a negative value. So I'm putting a negative here. And now here. This is going to be a manual entry because I don't have an access sequence. It should always be a manual entry. Okay. The calculation is going to happen based on the percentage. So I enable this percentage. And this is going to be at item level. Okay. And I'm canceling this. What is this delete? So this condition type will get visible in your purchase order. You should be able to delete it or not. If you enable this, you can delete it in the PO itself, in the PO directly. Okay. So that is this. I'm creating it at item level, and the percentage. Save. Okay, V002. I'm copying the same V002. I'm changing it to value. Okay, and the calculation type will not be percentage anymore. It should be based on the fixed amount. Okay, and again, I don't have access sequence. I'm going to keep it as a manual entry, and it is an item condition. Enter. Sorry, V003. Enter. Enter. I'm going to save it. Now what I do, I copy both V002 and V003. Now I'm going to tell percentage, this is header. I just uncheck this item condition and put on header condition. V004, V005. This is at item, sorry, this is at header. Okay, I uncheck item, check header, enter, save. Go one step back. So V002, this is going to be at item. Okay, so these both are for item. These both are for header. This is percentage, this is value, item level, percentage, value, header level. Okay, so I created 4 discounts. So it is going to be V001, V003, V004, V005. Okay. Now the next component is the freight. Sorry, tax. I should have created the tax first and then freight. The tax is always going to be percentage based, and it is always going to be at item level. Okay, so only one condition type you need to create. So go to SAP. You can directly copy this also if required. So this is tax, percentage, and item level. Okay, so I want to automate this. Let me automate this. I have the tax maintained, so I'll take the tax. Okay, it is going to be a negative, positive value, not negative value. I'll change this to positive. This is not discount anymore. This is taxes. It is going to be percentage. I'll remove the manual entry. It is going to be at item level, and this calculation is going to happen on the percentage. This is V006. Okay. So I go and maintain the value as V006. Now I'll create the freight. Freight is going to be percentage. So Let me copy the same thing, or let me copy this. V007. You can have the freight at header level, item level, anything is fine for you. So same as discount, you can create 4 freight. But as of now, I'll create only 1. The freight is going to be, where is the freight value? Discount, surcharge, prices, expenses, taxes, extra pay. Once again, let me take some standard freight condition. Okay, it is maintained as discount or surcharge. Let me use the standard FRA1. So I'll be using FRA1 for freight. If it is percentage based, and I'll use FRB1 for value. Now, we need to discuss something regarding freight here. Now, freight is a transportation charges. Should you add this freight in the material? Whenever the material is getting inverted, this freight charges should be allocated to your material, or it should not allocate to your material. So in some cases, what business will tell, I want the freight charge should be on for falling on a material. I should allocate this price of freight charge on the material. I should load the charges on the material. If you want to load the charges on the material, configure the freight same as the discount. In some cases, business will tell that I don't want to load the freight charges on the material. I want to load it on the different GL account where I pay the freight from that account. From the material account, it should not go. Did you understand the requirement, or should I repeat?
Sir, repeat.
So in material, you have the valuation class. For this valuation class, you have a GL account assigned, right? Based on BSX, WRX. For BSX, I assign 2 lakh. For WRX, I assign 1 lakh. So when I purchase the material and do the GR, my BSX will get affected. My WRX will get affected with the account of this and this based on my GL account 3000. Right? Is this clear?
Yes.
Now, stock will get added to this account. Value will get negative from this account, right? Now, my material price is just 100 rupees. And my transportation is 10 rupees. So total material value is 110 rupees. Now the question is, should I pay only 100 from this account, or should I pay 110 rupees from this account? So business might tell, if you're paying 110 from this account, then the material price will become 110. It will no more be 100. Okay. If the material price still, it should be 100. So this is when you are paying 110 directly from this account. This means you are loading the freight charge on material. If someone asks you, this might be also interview question. So how can we land the freight charges on the material? If you want to land the freight charge on the material, then you need to create the condition type as freight here. like this: same discount and surcharge, percentage, delivery cost, a positive value, an item condition. And here you have an option called accruals. This need to be disabled. If you disable this, then the price what is coming in this condition type, that price will land on the material, If you enable these accruals, then the price which is coming in this component, the condition type, this will go to a different account what you assign. Okay. So accruals plays a very important role here. Accruals is going to decide should the material, is the price or the freight charge or packaging charge, loading charge, any additional charges, should these charges load on the material or not? If you enable this, then that will not load on the material. The material price will still be 100, and from the account where you're paying the vendor, only 100 rupees will get paid to the vendor. The remaining 10 rupees, which is freight charges, will be paid from the different GL account. That means you are not loading the freight charge on the material. If you disable this, then system will not find any additional account to pay the freight charges, and it will directly pay from the material GL account. Then the freight charges are getting loaded on the material. Okay, any questions here? So if you have enabled the accruals, this is without accruals. So 110, when accruals are disabled, okay, your material price is 100, this is material price, this is your freight price. Material and freight will become 110, your accrual is disabled. So complete 110 will get paid from this account. In that case, we call them as the freight charges are getting loaded on the material. Okay. Now, second case. When accruals are enabled. In this case, again, same example, you have material. Let me replicate the same thing. Valuation class is 3000. Your valuation class of this material is 3000. For this, you will have two GL accounts. One is BS6, one is WRX. For this, you have 2 lakh. For this, you have 1 lakh. Okay. And the material price is 100. And the freight is 10 rupees. As you have enabled the accruals, from this account, you are going to pay only 100. And for this 10, system will search for the account. Search for the GL account. And you are going to create one more transaction key. It might be FR1. For this, you're going to assign this, and this 10 rupees will get paid from this account. Okay. So now this is when accrual is enabled, and when accrual is not enabled, this is a case. In this case, the freight value is getting loaded on the material. In this case, freight is not enabled, loaded. on material. This is major requirement coming from business. In that case, you need to play with the accruals. Okay. Now, let's test two cases. I'll create FRA1. For this, I'll enable the accrual. Okay. For FRB1, I will disable the accruals. Okay. I'll go back. So now we have the condition types created. Now I'll go to the calculation schema, create my schema. Save it. Select the line and go to the control data. This is your calculator. Here we are going to create the main pricing procedure. Okay, so first thing, let me click on new entries. Let me explain each and everything here. So step is going to define what are your conditions. So base price is one step, discount is one step, tax is one step, and the freight is next step. So I have 4 steps. Okay. Next you have the counter. So when I say step, you have base price, you have discount. So in base price, you have 2 types of base price. So to differentiate that, you have this counter. For example, I take 10 is the base price. But in base price, I have 2 types. One is manual, one is automatic. So how can I differentiate that? So again, I have the base price. I have 2 types of base price, but one is my automatic, the other one is my manual. So now I enter PB00 here. I enter PB XX here. Keep on entering. So these both are my base price. So my step is still 10. In base price, I have 2 types. One is automatic, one is manual. I have to differentiate it. So I'm giving 1 and 2. Any question here? Why did I use step 10 and counter 1 and 2? Okay. Now, in these 2 prices, I won't get 2 prices for sure. I'll get only 1 price. It is going to be automatic price or it is going to be manual price. So here I'll enter just final gross price. Okay, this is next step. I'm not going to enter any condition, any counter. I just click enter. Okay. In this both prices, I get only 1 price that is going to come and fall under this line. Now, I can forget these 2 lines. I can consider only this line. Okay. Now this next step, discount. I have 4 types of discount. So I'll enter 4 30s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have V002, V003, V004, and I have V005. Enter. One is percentage item level, one is percentage value level, sorry, value item level, percentage header level, value header level. So in these 4 types of discount, I'm not going to get 4 types of discount. I'm going to get any one of this, that's all. Okay. After discounts get applied, I'm going to put one more line and tell that value after discount. Okay. Any question why I'm adding these lines additionally here? If you have that question, this will answer you. So here I have base price of 50,000. I have a discount of 5,000. So here I'll have 50,000 coming. Here I have 5,000 discount. So 5,000 discount, assume that it will come from here. Okay. Then I am subtracting these both. I'm creating a new line and saying that it is 45,000. So this calculation is going to get stored in this line. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. Now after discount is happening, I'm entering a new condition. 50. I have only one for tax. Tax is V006. Okay. Then 60. Value including tax. Okay. After tax, I need to add the freight. So 70, 70, 1 and 2. So I think it is FRA1 and for this FRB1. Okay. So percentage freight, percentage value. Okay. And the last one is total effective value. So this is how you create your pricing conditions with the pricing procedure. Now you should also define how the calculation should happen. How the calculation should happen. So from where the discount should get calculated from? Discount should get calculated from step 10 or step 20. You can take step 20 because you will have the final price here. Okay. And here, discount after discount. So discount should get from 20 to 30. 20 is your gross price, 30 is your discount. So get this from here. Okay. Then you have the tax including. So take 40 and 50. For line 40, add 50. Okay. In similar, for line 60, add 70. This is how your calculation should work. Okay. And then you have this manual entry, required entry. If you are selecting this manual entry, you will be able to enter these conditions only manually. Okay, from this from 10. Okay, and you have the required entry here. If you click on this required, these conditions will be mandatory. Okay, then you have statistical. Statistical nothing is nothing but where the pricing procedure is going to end. Enable there. Okay, then you have some subtotals and requirement to be entered. In subtotal, you should enter here saying this is a gross price. So here gross value. So select this. It should be 9. Sorry. It should be 9 saying that It is a gross value. It is a gross value. And at the end, you should tell that this is the net value. There is a net value. Okay, should be net value is here, effective value. Okay, then if required, you can enter this, or I can avoid this, yeah. Now, we said that here the freight is going to be, freight should go and fall under different account. So where are we going to give that account? So save this. For this, you need to create one transaction key. And that transaction key should be assigned here in the accruals and account. So let me take any account which is already created. So let me take this FR1. Okay. Now, whatever right amount is going to fall under this line, that will go and fall under the account which is assigned for this. Okay, let me save this. So this is how we are going to configure the pricing procedure. We have done only the 50% of configuration. Now we need to do remaining configuration. So let me go to my presentation. What we did, we created the condition table, which is 503. We created the access sequence, which is m/07. We created the condition types. We are using standard PV00, PVXX. We created the discounts. We created the freight, tax, everything. Then we assigned everything that in a condition pricing procedure. Then I said we need to create a transaction key and assign. We used FR1, which was standard. Okay. Apart from this, now we just created the configuration. So how can we get this configuration into purchase order? For this, you need to create vendor schema group. You need to create purchasing schema group. These all are simple. So assign purchase schema group to your purchase organization. Okay, and assign this pricing procedure to your schema group and purchase orders schema group. Then assign this schema group in vendor master. These all are the standard. You can do it from configuration, but this one need to be done at the vendor master level. When you assign the schema group to the vendor, only then the schema group will be on, then only the pricing procedure will come into purchase order. So let me go to config again. As of now, I'll go one step back. Okay, here I have the schemas. So first thing is a schema group. Sorry, schema group. Here I have schema group for suppliers. Create any. So B5. I don't have B5. So B5 batch 15. Okay, create the vendor schema group. I created it. Now create your purchase organization schema group. I have my purchase organization created already. This is mine. You can create your own purchase organization. Then assign this to your purchase org. So my purchase org is this. I'm assigning my schema group to 1994. Save it. Okay, these three are done. I created my vendor schema group. I created my purchase organization schema group. and assigned my schema group to my purchase organization. 3 steps are done. Now only last step is pending. That can be done here. Go to the purchase orders. Here click on new entry. What is your schema group purchase organization? 1994. Schema group is B5. And your procedure was batch 15. I entered batch 15, I guess. Yeah, here. Enter and save it. So this is your configuration. Now if I go and create a purchase order, I'll use the supplier this. Material, I'm using this. Okay. Now I come to these conditions. If I come to conditions, I still see PBXX, NR00, NAVM, SKTO. So all these are coming. In that case, my pricing procedure is not coming into PU because I have not done one step. That is, I need to assign a schema group to this vendor. So I'll go to this vendor, put this supplier number. I go to the purchasing view. In the purchasing, here I will find the schema group vendor. Here, I have vendor schema group. So I'll assign my schema group here, which is B5. Save it. Now go and create your purchase order. So I put a supplier. Okay. If you see now, your condition has been changed. So I'll enter 100 pieces with the price of 100. Now, this is my manual price. You can see I entered the price manually. That is the reason I am getting the price manually here. Because in my info record, I don't have the price. Okay, that is the reason I'm not getting the automatic price and I'm entering the manual price. So PBSS is coming into picture. Now we have the discount. So assume that I am putting a discount of percentage. I'm putting 10% of discount. So that will subtract 1000 rupees because my total value is 10,000. For 10,000, 10% is 1000 and it is giving an effective discount of 9,000. I scroll down. Okay. Now I have the freight. So what is a freight? So we said that whenever I enter a freight at percentage, I give 10% of freight. It will add the freight again. For 9,000, 900 should be the 10%. So it is coming 900. Okay. Pre-provision account key missing for the account. Let me remove this and put it over here. I don't know which is having accruals or which is not having accruals. Okay. So this is having accruals and this is not having accruals. So value. So I'm telling 1000 is my freight value. Okay. Now, or let me give 500. It'll be easier to identify. So first thing you need to observe here is the manual price is 100. Okay, let me keep it as quantity 1. It will be easier to understand. I'm purchasing only one quantity. Okay. And the one quantity price is 100. I am requesting 10% of discount. So 10 rupees is getting minused. And you are having 90 rupees as the value after discount. Okay. Then I'm adding 500 rupees as freight. It is not fair. So I'll add only 50 rupees for freight. Okay. 90 rupees is your price after discount. And I'm adding 50 rupees as transport charges. So 90 plus 50 is 140. Your total price is 140. Is this clear? So this is how system is going to calculate the value. Is this clear?
Yes, Venkatesh, I have a question.
Yes.
Should we create this pricing procedure for each material separately?
No, no, it is not each material. You are creating this pricing procedure and we did not enter anything in the material here. Did we do anything in the material master?
No, we didn't.
Then how can we consider that this is going to happen for material level? We can tell that this is going to happen at supplier level because
Okay.
we entered the schema group in the supplier. For domestic suppliers, you can use this complete procedure. For import suppliers, you can create one more pricing procedure and assign that to the vendors. So you can segregate the pricing procedure based on the vendors, not on material. Any more questions? Okay. If no questions, I'll save this. Okay, now I'll take this purchase order and do the goods receipt. And I'll directly, it is one item, okay. SL01, post. Posted, display, execute, document info. So here, this is a PRD account. Oh shit. Okay. So this WRX is considering the complete 140 because I have not enabled the accrual there. So in this case, 140 is getting loaded on the material. Okay. Now, let me create one more example. Before that, there was a config missing. Let me check that and come back. Okay, let me check this also for which I had the accruals and for which I did not have the accruals. Condition type, because for FRB1, it took without accruals. So it is not accrual, okay, fine. That is working fine then. And for FRA1 is having accruals, okay. If FRA1 is having accruals, then this should not be here, this should be here. Let me remove this because FRA1 had the accrual. So I'll tell B15. Okay, I'm going to save this. Now I'll create the purchase order. New, same supplier. Material, the plant. Okay, I'm removing the freight here and I'm putting 10% of freight here. Still I get the same error. Account key missing for condition type. Account key. I have entered the account key. Yeah, there is an account key entered for B15. It is entered. So let me save this. Go back, go back, go back. Let me log off the system and try again. In some cases, system will not fetch the data. Let me keep this. Let me save this somewhere for the comparison. Let me log off and log in. Okay, now it is resolved. Now if you see here, the base price of the material is 100. I'm requesting 10% of discount, so it is minus 10. So the total value of the amount, total value of the material is 90. And I'm requesting 10% of discount, which is 10%. So it is 9 rupees. 90 rupees, 10% is 9 rupees. So it is 99 now. But still the net value is 90 because this 9 rupees is going to fall under different account. So if we save this, in that case, the material, the freight is not going to get loaded on the material. So I'll go and do the Migo. Let me show the display here first. In the other screen, let me do the goods receipt. Okay. Now, if I'm going to click on the storage location and enter, I'll surely get an error to maintain the GL account in the account which I maintained there. So here, if you see, for B15, there is no GL account. So what I'll do, I'll go to OPYC. I need to find where is B15. It is here. So I'll open this. The chart of account is this. I just need to enter the valuation class. Stinky. Yes. So what is the valuation class for this material? VC1. So VC1, and I maintain the account as this, for example. Posting defined. Debit is 40 and credit is 15. These are all the other finance terminologies. You can avoid this. Yeah, I'm saving this. I'm going to post this now. I posted this. If I go to display now and select the material document, F5, now you can see just 90 rupees is getting paid to the vendor from this account, and the remaining 9 is getting paid from different account. So if you compare this screen and this screen, here 140 is getting paid from WRX. Here only 90 is getting paid from WRX, and the freight amount, which is 9 rupees, is getting paid from this account. So this is how to differentiate the price landing on the material, the cost landing on the material, and cost not landing on the material. So now this 9 rupees is getting paid from different account. So this is separate account. So still you are paying vendor only 90 rupees, so it will consider only 90. If you are paying the freight amount with the same account, then this will fall on the material. So this is how you need to differentiate using accruals and without accruals. Any questions? So this is how the pricing procedure works. So practice once or twice only, then you will be able to understand what are the each component, each configuration, what we have done. Because seeing once, you will not able to understand completely. You need to practice thoroughly to understand this part. Okay. Any questions? Okay. If no questions, we will wrap up here and we'll meet evening to discuss on the level 2 topic. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Venkatesh.
Thank you, Venkatesh.